Lily Hayes was 23. Quiet, gentle, always tucked behind her messy brown ponytail. And a faded green apron at the Golden Fork Diner. A small roadside place in upstate New York. She wasn't the kind of girl people noticed. She moved softly, spoke little, and kept her world small. But every customer who met her left feeling lighter. It wasn't her words, it was her warmth. Her eyes smiled before her lips ever did. For years, Lily had been saving every dollar she could. Working double shifts, skipping meals, dreaming of a small apartment. Where she could finally live without fear. Because behind her shy smile, Lily carried a heavy secret. One that began long before she ever put on that green apron. Across town, billionaire Ethan Cole, 31. Was the kind of man who drew headlines just by breathing. Heir to Cole Enterprises. His face was everywhere, charity galas, business magazines. And the city's biggest events. But money couldn't fix what haunted him. His mother, Margaret Cole, a kind, soft-spoken woman who lost her hearing. After a car accident 10 years ago. Ethan tried everything. The best doctors, the most expensive therapies. But his mother lived in silence. Her world now a quiet void he couldn't reach. And that guilt ate him alive. Every Sunday, Ethan took Margaret to brunch. Always at different places, hoping to find one quiet enough. For her to at least feel normal again. That's how they ended up at the Golden Fork Diner. The day everything changed. It was a calm Sunday morning. The diner buzzed with soft chatter, the clinking of cups. And the smell of coffee and cinnamon pancakes. Lily was wiping tables when the door opened. And a tall man in an expensive navy coat walked in with his elderly mother. Even from across the room, Lily noticed something about the woman's eyes. A softness, a searching, as if she were listening with her heart. The hostess stammered. "This way, Mr. Cole." Lily froze. "Ethan Cole? The billionaire everyone in town whispered about?" She glanced at him nervously, then looked back at his mother. And in that instant, something clicked. When she went to take their order. Margaret smiled but didn't answer Lily's greeting. Ethan gently leaned forward. She's deaf," he said quietly. His tone protective, almost embarrassed. Lily's eyes softened. Without a word, she nodded. Then slowly began to move her hands. "Hello. My name is Lily. I'll be your waitress today." Margaret's eyes widened. Then, tears filled them. She gasped, covering her mouth. Then signed back shakily, "You know sign language?" Ethan blinked. He looked between them, confused. Lily smiled gently. "Yes. My mom was deaf too." The diner fell silent. Margaret reached out and took Lily's hands. Signing clumsily, tears streaming down her face. For the first time in years, she had a real conversation. Not with a therapist or an interpreter. But with someone who understood. Ethan sat there, stunned. He had spent millions trying to help his mother feel connected again. And yet, this quiet waitress had done it effortlessly. With kindness and empathy money couldn't buy. Behind Lily's silence. After that day, Ethan couldn't stop thinking about Lily. He came back the next Sunday. Then again the next. Each time, he found her at the same corner booth. Chatting with his mother in graceful, heartfelt sign language. Lily never treated Margaret like a billionaire's mother. She treated her like a person. Sometimes, Margaret even laughed. A sound Ethan hadn't heard in a decade. One afternoon, as they were leaving, Ethan stopped her. "Lily, can I ask? How did you learn to sign so beautifully?" She hesitated. Her smile faltered. "My mom lost her hearing when I was 8, she said softly. People stopped talking to her. They didn't know how. Her eyes glistened. So I learned. Because she deserved to be heard, even in silence. Ethan nodded, his throat tightening. Something about her words hit him deeply. That night, Ethan called his lawyer and said, "I want to find that girl again tomorrow. There's something about her I can't explain." But before he could, Lily disappeared. She stopped coming to work. No one knew where she went. Her apartment was empty. Ethan searched for weeks. Asking around, leaving his number. Even hiring a private investigator. Nothing. It was as if the shy waitress had vanished. Chapter 2, The Truth Behind the Waitress. 6 months later, Ethan was invited to a charity dinner. At a local community center for the hearing impaired. He almost didn't go. But when he saw the event's banner, his heart stopped. The Hayes Foundation for Deaf Children. On stage stood Lily. No apron, no fear, just a microphone and that same warm smile. She was signing and speaking simultaneously. Telling her story to a room full of people who hung on every word. "When my mom passed away," she said, "I realized there were so many kids like me. Children of deaf parents who didn't have anyone to teach them how to connect with the people they love. So I promised her I'd help them find their voice." Ethan felt something inside him break open. He walked up quietly after her speech. "Lily," he said, his voice trembling. "I've been looking for you." She turned, surprised, then smiled. "I know. Mrs. Cole told me." Ethan blinked. "Wait, you've seen her?" Lily nodded. "She volunteers here now. Every Thursday." He laughed through tears. His mother, who once lived in silence, was now helping other deaf children learn to express themselves. It was Lily's kindness that brought her back to life. Ethan took Lily's hands. "I want to help," he said. "I don't care how much it costs. I want the world to see what you're doing." Lily shook her head gently. "You already have, Ethan. Your mother smiles now. That's more than I could ever ask for." But Ethan wouldn't take no for an answer. He donated $500,000 to expand the foundation. Not for credit, not for show. But because he finally understood what real wealth meant. The full circle moment. A year later, the Golden Fork Diner hosted a special lunch. Margaret sat at her usual booth, signing fluently to every child there. While Lily stood beside her, guiding, translating, laughing. And Ethan, the once lonely billionaire, watched the two women who changed his life. With nothing but patience and kindness. A journalist covering the event asked him, "Mr. Cole, what made you so emotional that first day you met her?" Ethan smiled. "It wasn't what she did. It was what she saw. Everyone saw a deaf woman. But Lily saw a soul that still wanted to speak." The journalist lowered her mic. "And what did you do next?" He looked toward Lily, his eyes soft. "I listened." The camera panned out. The billionaire, his mother, and the shy waitress. Surrounded by laughter and sign language. The sounds of silence replaced by pure connection. And for once, it wasn't just a story about money or fame. It was about kindness that spoke louder than words.